Okay, so today's stream will continue what we started in part one, but for now I just want to start my this week in Wordle. So first cool thing that happened kind of like right after my last stream is that creator of Wordle gave interview to MKPhD, and it was pretty cool on the I think most interesting detail is that the list of answers was actually like hand curated. So like his girlfriend was going through the words and like marking the ones that she thinks that could be like the answers and the ones that don't make any sense. So I was kind of like figuring that they just took like top whatever like 2000 most popular words, but that's great great advancement. I was actually thinking of making another Wordle stream, so like I haven't finished like the keyboard that you can press on the keyboard, and since New York Times got like acquired Wordle, they changed the word list. So my project basically like works with the old word list, and so you can you can no longer go and check like yesterday's solution. It's like yesterday's of the old version. But anyway, so far I didn't look too much into it, but the answers are not that different. They're actually a bit like simpler. But problem that people have is that they have lost like their streaks, and I think Jane McGonigal like tweeted that she had like 40 like words in the old version, and now she has like I don't know like 5 in new one, and she was like, oh, I wish there was like a way to join them. And I think it's possible to write kind of like a script that would join to local storage objects, I guess. And so that's kind of like an idea for a stream, but I'm not going to go there yet. Anyway, so this was cool. I enjoyed it. So this one is just another implementation. The kind of like unusual thing about it. Okay. Kind of like unusual stuff is that he used 3. I think it's called like that. So like data structure for like faster check for like if element contains in the like all the possible words. I think it will not matter, but it's kind of like I don't know, cool cool idea to try to use like lead code kind of like stuff for a real project. So I think he hopes that it like will make just like this word search faster. Unfortunately, I didn't save the like timestamp where he tried to do that. So one other thing I want to mention, like his explanation was that yeah, but if you want to do it on a server, you want to like lower your server load, but like no one's going to do that on a server. It's going to be done on the on the client in like in JavaScript. So I don't know if that kind of like this explanation made much sense for me. Yeah, and so one other thing is that I wonder if there's like a way to create like a better Wordle, as some people try to kind of like say that it's not great that it doesn't use server, and I wonder if there's like a way to use server that makes it better. So that could be like an idea for a stream. And so one other, I guess it's like 2 videos. So three blue, 1 brown made a video about like his wordle solver, and I think he got like, yeah, like 7 million views. So yeah, it went pretty viral. So this is like a correction for his algorithm. So he said, okay, when the word or when the letter is like is multiple times in the guess that you provided, and possibly like the word, the solution could have multiple letters and all of that stuff, how it is resolved. I think a lot of people miss that, and I actually missed that. So this is like I think he said that like it doesn't really matter in terms of like his like wordle solver, but it matters in terms of UI. So basically like a lot of wordle clones don't do this right, and it's really confusing, and it's like it's not, I think, clearly stated in rules. So a lot of people like don't understand how to treat multiple letters. I didn't when I first tried wordle, and I guess like I still didn't when I would try to implement my clone. But anyway, so like a new segment, I wanna I wonder if I can like have some way to kind of like do timestamps live, so it's easier to do. Maybe I should like leave a comment or something in chat and get it this way. But so anyway, so new segment. So I think I alluded about this a bit on the last stream, that like exciting news. We are part of YC. I think it's safe to say that now, I hope. But we launched on Hacker News as like a YC company. So they give you basically like, I think, 20 hours or so that you're like guaranteed to be on the first page, even if you don't get like hundreds of thousands of comments and stuff, of comments and likes or whatever they call it, upvotes, passwordle. Okay. Oh yeah, I heard about that one. I guess I guess let's just add it. Yeah, so it's a wordle, but you try to guess sh. Yeah. Anyway, so we were on the Hacker News front page for a day, and we actually got pretty like good comments on the product. So hopefully that means that it's going to be like a good product that people use. So here I am. We went with like funny pictures for our team avatars. Not everyone got the memo, but our team tried to be funny. Anyway, so do I want to mention it? I guess I want to mention that we mentioned that we use solid-ssr. We don't use it too much, but I'm like excited, and I will try to find a way to use it more. Okay, what else? Right. So the other project, I think I mentioned at the last stream, was partytown. So what I tried to do is that partytown just launched their remix integration, and where is it? Oh, okay, here. So Remix themselves, they mentioned that you can like skip script tags on like some of the pages that you think are kind of like more static, and you can just kind of like inline JavaScript if you want on the page like that. I mean, it you're kind of using Remix as kind of like static site generator at this point, meaning like it's really static. And so what I tried is I basically tried to add script tag kind of like after page is loaded, and I tried to use partytown web worker for that, so it's kind of like even less taxing, I guess. So it worked like in dev, but for some reason when I tried to like try to deploy it on whatever the website was, 0KB remix .fly.com, fly something. I forgot their host name, flydev, right? So here, like this part works. So like web worker did some stuff, but the JavaScript didn't work. So I haven't figured out why. So the partytown, their integration has like 4 ways I think it can communicate with main thread, and I guess just like the way that it does here doesn't work. So I think there's some promise in this idea. But like the remix guys couldn't get it, so I guess like some more experiments with remix. Yeah, so remix, like it failed to build, like I failed to build the version, and I didn't want to like really try to figure out why. So I guess they will just I don't know, make a better version of their repo that like compiles, and then I can try to figure it out. What else? Okay, I think that's it. So let's get to the meat of it. So last time on my last time, so we got some of like Deno stuff running, and we know that solid.ssr doesn't run. Oh yeah, by the way, I think Remix just announced that they're kind of like starting to support Deno as their target. Like it's out of alpha into beta or something like that. So it's like it's still not 100%, but you can like compile with Node.js and stuff. You can compile binary that could be deployed to Deno, but we are trying to something like harder. They're trying to do so that like the whole stack is Deno. Anyway, so I think this was the thing that was crashing, and instead of solid.js, I think we used nano.js, and it was working then. Okay, let's see it working too much, but where is it? HTML. All right, render string, and then it's HTML string. Redeclare. Undefined. Why is it defined? App is undefined. Render to string is undefined. All right, it should be render SSR. Yeah, I should have watched a bit of a previous video just to remind myself what we were doing. Okay, so the thing that was working is that this like nano.jsx package that uh, that was like returning some stuff from the server. And what we tried is just to use solid.js kind of like as is. What it ended up is that like it includes the version, basically like web version that doesn't have any server side stuff. So I wonder. Okay, so I think if I do something like that, it will like resolve the right one here. And if I find render to string here, it's an empty function. So this for me it says, okay, we are using client only version of the library. I mean, we can try to make at least like client-side rendering work if you have this client thing, but I just wanted to do something like a package, and maybe we can get server-side version from there. Okay, so it's like web, which one is it? Okay, web whatever JS or like server JS. So can we get the same stuff from Skypack? Okay, maybe. Okay, failed to fetch. So it's web dist, maybe? Okay. Okay. Error from server sync. Oops. Huh. Is it like not the last this version anywhere? Okay. Let me clear it. Let me try to do it again. Oh yeah, it's cached now. Okay. So okay. This is what I should do. Import. Tries to import this one. It redirects to this, and it opens this, which is just solid. Okay, it basically basically somehow it redirects back to client version. Okay, so server. Okay, okay, so let's try this one. I need to add mute button. Okay, so clear everything. Okay, fail to fetch. Blah blah blah. So this one then. Fail to resolve. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is unpackage, that it will not help us. I mean, it should help us. We just need to like explain it, how to do it. Okay, so what's the difference? UMD. Huh. So is it how? Okay. So if we go to React, go to UMD, we can open production mean, and it opens like that. When you click view raw, it shows it like that, which is good until you get something like this. Okay, we can probably play with import maps and try to get this working. We could. So Deno import maps. So create this file, new file, import map, put something like that there, and I don't really know what this means, but let's not think about it too much. So so we have this thing. So it's like solid web server. Now we just need to see okay, so they still have separate server version for even like solid.js itself. So that's where we do solid.js, this. And then for solid web, we do solid.js web is like that. So, but this way it's only fixed for server, but we know that client build can be used like that. So, oh yeah, by the way, I figured out that you don't have to use this server. You can add like fetch stuff. I think when I first saw it last time, I was like, okay, this looks too crazy, but I think it should work like that. I'm not gonna rewrite it now probably, but anyway. So now let's try to redo all of that stuff again. Oh yeah, no. So okay, so import. I don't know, as x from solid.js and just console log x. Relative import is not. So who didn't pick the change up? Do we need to do? Okay, we need to do Deno import maps. Okay, so we need Deno VS Code import map. Import map. Deno import map. Okay, so we can go import map for workspace. Should be import map the JSON. Okay. So restart. Okay, do we need to restart anything else? File path equivalent. Examples. Port map JSON. I think should have like that. Failed to load import map. Okay, it's trying to do something. Okay, maybe it will just work at some point. So import map, import. Okay, module source code couldn't be parsed. Right. Relative import path is not prefixed. Yeah, but isn't that what import map is for? Maybe I need to do it like that. Oh yeah. Okay, great. So something is still crashing. Is it something important though? So let me. Okay. Okay. Huh. Skypack. Where have you come from? We don't have any Skypack stuff. Solid H. Oh, I don't get it. So huh. Okay, how many console logs do we have? All right, we tried to play with this. But it was working okay. Okay. This is a little bit more magic than than I expected. So once we import solid, okay, it's fine. So render. What's it? Render to string. Oh yeah, it's solid web that provides render to string. Okay. Okay, it's a function. Now journals are rare. I was I was so excited. Okay, code is not a function. Okay. Can you click on it to code? Does it import something? It only imports from. Okay, code is not a function. Huh. Will it work? Oh yeah, I think because it doesn't use our age. Okay, so I need to do the same for age. So we want to do something like this. Oh, something like this, and just age. This. Okay, age is the same, which means that we can just use it, but just to keep it kind of like so import age for solid. Oh yeah, and this import started to work by itself as I was predicting. So like that. I think it's just age without name expert. Expected module, importing specifier. Maybe we need to restart it. No. Oh, oops. It should be like that. Yep. So now, yay! Except that it's nay. I actually had this issue in my other project. How can I check for it? I feel like I just want to ignore TypeScript errors for now. I forgot how to check something. Yes, no check. Okay. NCG elements. Requested module does not provide SVG elements. This is not great. So yeah, I bet it's only like defined on this on the client or something like that. So like web server. Okay. This could be a good issue to kind of file for solid repo actually. Where is it? So what's the solid at H? Okay, so that's cool. Wow, they have so many things to to file. Before submitting, please check. Yeah. I'm going into like lowest possible like friction for me. uh, the server build of solid-ssr web doesn't export messaging elements. And they don't need to know that. You can see that H is importing from solid web. But the server build on but is not defined in server build only for web, only for client version of solid web. Okay. Do whatever you want to do with that. Okay. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just just copy the file and I will call it solid and oh no, it should be a directory. Delete. Yep. New folder, solid. And in that folder, I'm going to create a new file, h dot, what is it? Oh no. It's JS. I mean, what choice do I have? h.js. And so here, well, just, what's the function? Create hyperscript. Huh, interesting. So here, I will just remove SVG and let's see if that will help. Okay, so now our import map is, oh, we can probably shame. So solid, solid, just solid, right? HJS. Yeah, there's a good support codes. So does it support something like that? Comment. Module not found. Okay. Doesn't provide method assign. Okay, that seems worse. Doesn't provide dynamic property. Doesn't provide insert. Okay, this is not going great. Insert is not defined. Dynamic property. Okay, it did something. Let's switch back. Element is not defined. Okay. Where is the element? 23. Sure. 77. SVG. Just remove this, I guess. Yeah, I should have probably kept track of this in Git, because otherwise all of my changes are kind of like not. Okay, remove this. Code is not a function. Server. Okay, so we're back to where we started. Code is not a function. Stringify string. What does that mean? Okay, so it tries to fire a string here. So let's just remove strings. This is going fine. There's no problem here. Code is not a function still. Okay, I guess that's where we give up. So solid, there's, okay, let me undo all of this stuff first. I wonder if I should just commit it anyway. So brew install TIG, I guess. Brew is not this. Okay. Yeah, by the way, NixOS, that's how you do the $sign. Try to install NixOS. Sorry, might not run sudo. Why do you need sudo? Okay, I will figure this out later. Git log. It's not a git. Okay, get it in. Status. Okay. Git add. Okay, so now, what is happening with this code, I wonder. Okay. I mean, sure. So I wanna so git add. Yeah, how do I want to do that? Add, I guess solid and main and I guess everything. Try to do a solid server bundle of solid but it failed with whatever it failed with. Failed with. What was the other one? Stringify something. Failed to stringify. Okay, failed to stringify. Something like that. I don't remember. So okay, we committed that. So now git switch. Um, and git reset. So okay, so this way we don't have to commit stuff. So git switch my. Yeah, it's still the same. So now it's time to clean everything up. Okay, so I think this one. I think this one was the one that was working. Okay, we need to start. Okay. Okay. I probably need some kind of like run script. So I can just. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now we're doing everything that we did in the import stuff. We are removing solid. And other than that, we are committing a test with no JSX. Okay, so now again, new timestamp. Now we want to try. I wonder if I start it here, it will like report the like error lines better. But okay. So now let me look into Nano.js a bit. One thing that I was thinking is like, I wonder how does it do like state or something like that. So what? Partial hydration, hydrate only part that you need. Okay, that's interesting. Router, they have some kind of router. Because I suggest that that's something that I'm least excited about. Use tag templates instead of JSX if you prefer. Do I? I think I don't prefer. Props, refs, contexts, and events. Oh. Prefetch. Right. Right. So let's see what they have like for the Deno. Why do they have it separately? Denoify? I wonder what that is. So they are not running it as it is. It's like a build tool that takes TypeScript and spits out. Huh. I wonder if we can run denoify on like solid, right? It, I mean, still cool. Then I guess state, not state, maybe store. Set state. State persist, state use, script. Do they have any examples? Bundles, test, test, router, simple. Okay, H less render, router link, pg, component. The component sounds promising. So we created a component that has like deed mount, set state. Okay, so it doesn't have hooks, I guess. Is that what I'm getting? Maybe. Elements. What does write to elements? Render. Uh, I'm a bit lost. So this is kind of like just sub routine of like render. This is needed for test, but otherwise it just renders stuff. So it renders, takes data, and data is data. I didn't see data used really. So this is our app, and it returns P with data. So it's data. Okay, that's so where we were looking at it. So we were looking at store, I guess. Okay, so it's just a class that has state and listeners, storage memory, local or session. So it has default state and local storage, session storage. I wonder why it's built like that. Set state. State. Listeners. What do listeners do? Subscribe. Use. Interesting. So I wonder what it will return if I just write use. Use context. Use state. Hooks. Oh. So lib hooks. Use state. Okay. So it returns state and set state. And state is just okay. So it's some kind of like global state. How does it know ID? When I do use state, I set ID. Okay. So use state. Do we have any? Yeah. Yeah, guys need to have like more docs. It's really confusing. Okay. Do you want to play with it more? Probably not. So I think the last thing I want to check is their age, right? Index, okay. And age is from core. So where do they have core? Okay, it's here. Age. Yeah, because I always wanted to figure out how age works. And this is probably the easiest. Hydrate equals render. Oh yeah, the partial hydration, interesting how what they mean by that. In kind of like here, escape. This tag should not be escaped by default. Whatever that means. Where is the H? Where the H is H? Okay, let's search for it again. Okay. Stack Overflow. That's something interesting. You don't see Stack Overflow in library code a lot. Can I use JSX without React? I was able to write JSX and inject them into HTML using fake React file. Then compile your JSX, resulting in compiled. And finally, no React. Okay, so what's the catch? Okay, they have all that crazy stuff for SVG as well. Document create element. Okay, this is not great for server. Document create element is not great for server. But I guess, okay, so this example was like, can I use React as a... Can I use this thing to generate kind of like just HTML without state? Okay. So it says is SSR a lot. Let me Let me check Deno. So they store it in some kind of like special value. Act as our helpers. Okay. Is Deno has window. So if it's Deno and it doesn't have window, Yeah, because Deno has window, right? And this is just to kind of like to cache it. Once they detected it, they just store it in this value. Okay. I still don't see why this uh, Stack Overflow stuff is. I mean, should we try this Stack Overflow stuff? So it's React create element here, but here it's just H. So let's just start with H, I guess. We should create folder, I don't know, lib. That sounded good. And here we just create h.ts. And so the other h, it was just export this function. And this function was function h. So function h. And it returns h here. No. Return bar class. And see returns. Maybe it doesn't return anything. It just, but where does it store stuff? Okay, so what about this one? It returns element, which is more of what I was expecting. And this one, no, it's not this one. So in here, H returns element again. Okay. So as long as I'm returning like empty string, it should be fine, right? Should export H. So now when I want to use H, I just want to import H from lib h.ts. And okay, I think it just returns empty string. So if I do h1 hello world, it will return a lot of hello worlds. Oh, Okay, so it just returned the top one. I wonder if I have like a fragment. Will it just like crash and burn? Cannot find name React. Right. JSX. Right, so I have JSX fragment, I guess. JSX frag. What's the name? What's the usual name? Fragment capital. Yeah, I think that's how it is. And so here, can find name fragment. So in here, fragment. I mean, it's not great that it's called H and it returns fragment, but fragment. Okay. It didn't return Hello World 2, though. It still uses H, but it doesn't crash on fragment anymore. Okay. I'm not sure what that says about anything yet, but let's figure it out. So, okay, so I guess like next thing is what has the argument that takes tag address children. I think Quick doesn't have children, so I wonder what they do. So console log arguments. Should we just do that so we don't have to figure out types? Okay, so function app one is, what was the attribute? Huh, I don't see attribute. One, no. Oh, I see. So attribute is null and children is empty. Huh. How does it? Oh. Oh. That's why fragment stuff wasn't doing anything. If I do fragment here, that's where it will work. No? Still nothing? Oh, using JSX to render, so maybe it's doing some other stuff. But let's function fragment. Okay, this is something new. I guess that's wow. Okay, in order to render fragment. Okay, so anyway, this is for browser, and we are trying to figure out server side kind of story. So let's just still kind of like try to understand what it does. So it creates an element, which is sure. Then it goes through tags and try to set attributes, which is, again, everyone is like, is it props or is it attributes? Let's think that it's attributes. And now for all the arguments that are left, it's array of children. Okay, interesting. It takes our existing element and appends child. And child is create text node. Okay, so how deep of a JSX you can make it like that? Does it matter? Child to string, create text node. Is child always a string? That's an interesting question, right? Okay, so now let's go to. I actually wonder if Quick has their h function, right? Just x runtime. This x fragment from Quick. Or maybe? Fragment. H is JSX factory. Okay. Okay. Factory. Factory tests. I guess. Factory. Okay. So is it just, where's the implementation? Okay. So H is type, props, and children. That's what we figured out so far. And using legacy H and morphing it so we can use modern VDOM structure. Introducing new JSX transforms. I don't understand what's happening. So introducing. So the new one is that uses JSX instead of a React create element, right? Underscore JSX. So do they support namespace JSX attributes? Okay. JSX node implementation. Constructor, props, key, array, children, right? Get implementation. Okay. I was hoping it would be easier to understand than the other one, but it doesn't look like that. Slot. Yeah, that was a default JSX based implementation. Okay, types. Do they have something else? Rendering subsystem. Currently only JSX implementation is present, but the system is designed to support other. Okay, so component slot, resulting slots will be slots are coalesced, slots are sorted. Yeah, I don't know why they're using slots instead of children. Is it like instead of, or is it together with. So I wonder how that works. Use the JSX node. Okay, so I feel like this is not progressing too much. So I think I want to look at the Nano.jsx server-side rendering and figure out how they're doing it. So like if server-side rendering, right? If it's a custom element, if it's a component, if it's a tag, if it's a HTML element, SSR. That's curious. Structure, self-closing. I wonder if we would need to use something. From this, but component element, HTML element, inner text, replace B1. Is it like just with white space something? Or maybe like closing tags? If it's SSR, if the tag is string, if the tag includes and has, okay. Dangerously sad. Yeah, so I wonder how many SSR checks they're doing here. Style objects, fragment. Okay, they have this document create element stuff, which is of course will not work on server. So instead here they just do like inner HTML. So the create like HTML SSR stuff so that it looks like a regular element. So it has like tag name, inner HTML. Yeah, so it's just like easier to work with it, I guess. So does it work like set? Right, set inner text center in HTML. Okay, that's cool. So this SSR replace. Interesting. Okay, so okay, so let's start with something. So I think I wanna at least be able to render some JSX into text. I don't want to do fragment yet. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to open this page and see kind of like this. So our H implementation is going to be like really, really simple stuff. So I wonder if I should reuse nano HTML at this point, but it feels like I shouldn't. Okay. String attributes is null. Children is probably null as well. Undefined. Okay, what is undefined? I like how it looks. Uh, so where do we start? So if function was to return hi, that would work, right? So this is like toString probably. So it's not a string, it's a function, I guess. So like type of tag, it's a function. Okay, so what is going to happen if we call it? So if type of tag is function, so let's just call a function, and it returns a string. And now if it returns a div that is hello world, then it returns it like that, which is pretty good. Attributes. So attributes is a nil. I think what they do for attributes is they kind of like for over it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, it's like extra space that we're losing here, but maybe it's fine. If you have attributes, we do attributes. Otherwise, we do empty string. Yep. So now we have like a head instead of title and stuff like that. So what's going to do here? So head, title. Okay, is everything going to work now? If I do it like that? Okay, HTML head. I think. Okay, string. So what we need to do now is we need to print children. Okay, it's kind of hard to figure out what is going where. So now we're thinking about our HTML tag that has head and body. Our HTML tag has head and body. Children. Okay, so problem with children is that I guess it's like kind of like that. No explicit any. that better? Okay, now it's an array. Okay, so I think I'm surprised, but in a wrong way, that it's starting like the first thing that runs is this, I guess this component, and then it kind of like builds up. So we do title. I guess I should just here kind of like tag. So we do title. We do title, head, then we switch to here. So like lowest possible, kind of like we do h1, then we do body, then we can do HTML once everything is rendered. I think that's why they're probably using slots, is that it allows them to, it won't probably. Okay, so let's create a like sub component, right? So like head, let's move head into its own component. Okay, will it still work? Okay, we have this comma here, which is not great, but other than that, you know, how do we deal with children? So here, I mean, I guess I can just do like join new line or something. Or just empty string, I guess. Right. So it works. Okay. I was actually like expecting it to be more complicated. But maybe it shouldn't be. Oh yeah. So now let's do the fragment. So what's the idea behind fragment? Is that we do it maybe here? Did it crash? No. It just replaced fragment with this text that we had. Okay, so console log arguments again. Okay, so what? What does fragment do? So here, yeah, this doesn't look like it. What can I do in fragment? I don't understand. So it goes to HTML and then it tries to render fragment. But what are the arguments for fragment? So it's an object. Okay. Is the arguments of object? I didn't get it. Object. What kind of keys does this object has? It doesn't have any keys. Okay. Let's give up. I think that's probably it. I will clean up a bit. So, do we still use JSX render to string? I guess so. We didn't need any of that. We can just call it HTML now. Fragment is not used. It's not great that you need to put that. I wonder if it's like just Deno thing, or I guess we can introduce some compile step that gets rid of it, but okay, so draw not supported. that's our speed for now. So now let's go here and let's get at. So you don't forget to switch this branch. No, it's main. So git reset soft. Okay, so settings, import the age and main. Okay, so it kind of works. We're still using this render SSR function from Nano.jsx. That's probably something that I'm going to start with on the next stream. And yeah, that's it for now. I think it's not working. Okay, that's something that I have to leave for now. Yep. Now I don't know how to stop. Yeah, that's probably because I had like scheduled